My first initial surgery is when I first found out, which was in 2008 in July. I was a year and a half into school, so I was about 6 months away from graduating school. At the time, I was working full-time and I raised my 4 children by myself. And it kind of just takes you for a whole loop. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. I missed my little girl's birthday. I spent the first 4th of July ever by myself at the hospital. I had stage 4 cancer. It had spread through many parts of my body, and that they would treat it to kind of prolong it, but it would eventually kill me, and that I probably would not see my daughter's first day of kindergarten. And that's hard. It was very hard for me. Every day picking her up at school, or knowing that I seen her graduate her preschool class, was to know that I probably wouldn't see anything like that again. And my daughter completed her last day of kindergarten on May the 27th. And I seen her graduate her kindergarten class. Following that, I got out and I received 16 chemo treatments. After completing that, I went without anything for about 6 months. Thought I was in the clear, and it came back. I had 6 more chemo treatments, and at that point was told after a PET scan that instead of going away or shrinking, it grew larger. So I had surgery again to have that removed from my abdomen. My job, I had just started at a new employer, doing what it is I want to do, doing what it is I know how to do, and thought that life was good, and at that point was just unstoppable. I had only been at my employer's for 2 months, so the fear of hearing that and then ending up in the hospital as long as I did, the fear of losing my job came to mind. I panicked about my job. I obviously dropped out of school. After missing so much in my classes, I contacted my advisor and said, this is what's going on. I dropped out of school for over a year. And my employer has been so wonderful. They've supported me 100%. They have never walked away. They've made it so that I can work from home if I need to, as long as I'm accessible to them. I went back to school, and I'm due to graduate July 10th. My kids have, I've dealt with theirs. I've missed school activities. I've missed their sporting events. I've been to some sick. One of the side effects of my chemo, though, is that I can't be in the cold. So there's been times I've not been able to be there. And at one point, I just felt like I hit rock bottom and didn't know what I was going to do. I told my mom that I couldn't receive no more treatment. I couldn't go back because I couldn't afford it. The cost it was going to cost was more than my monthly mortgage, more than my monthly household bills, and I couldn't do it. There's just absolutely no way. And one day I was called over to her house after a day of church, and she said to me, I want you to come over to meet somebody. And so I went over and I met James. And he told me who he was from the Cops Fighting Cancer and kind of about his organization, and gave me a background on his story and said that he wanted to help me. He gave me a check and said it wasn't much and he wished it could be more, but with just that little bit, I was able to get my treatment. It helped me pay my deductibles that I couldn't afford, and made me feel like there was hope. I really did. I had to have so much treatment. I was missing a lot of work by the time it got close to my 16th treatment, and Christmas was there, And my kids have never really had to go without a Christmas, and that's the issue we were facing this past Christmas. I had been missing a lot of work, and it was just, things were really rough. And I opened my mail one day to find out that he then sent gift cards and a check, and it said, "You are not to use this to pay bills. You are not to use this on anything but the kids. All of it is 100% to be to the kids." And the kids had a wonderful Christmas. This last time I was having surgery, April 5th, I had only 2 weeks of PTO saved up at work because I have to miss 4 treatments. And I was told by my doctors I could be out of work 6 to 8 weeks, and I started to panic. Lots of nights of no sleep, lots of nights of telling my mom I don't know what I'm going to do. Kind of just trying to figure it out, seeing if there was a way I would be able to get back to work after maybe 2 weeks. And 2 days before my surgery, I received a check from James that got me through the whole time I was out of work. You can't give up. I've been seeing people with it. I've been around others, and they give up. And I feel like if I give up, I'm letting my kids down. I'm letting myself down. And I look forward to control it and not let it control me. And know that as long as there is hope in there, you get support from people, that it could change your life. And for me, it has. And I just refuse to say it's going to win.